Denver, North Carolina with AnglersChannel.com Pro Staffer Rob Digh. We're going to do a progressive weekend wrap-up show for you here online on AnglersChannel.com. And, you know, it's funny, Robbie, that we start this show out standing in front of this camouflage truck that really, I have to admit, is an extremely impressive wrap job, which is all the more reason to have it insured by Progressive Insurance. And all you got to do is go to www.progressive.com to get a free quote. But tell us, before we start, what's the deal with this truck?
Well, you know, trucks are expensive nowadays, and actually this is an '06 model, and I went and looked at some new trucks, and I said, heck, I really don't need to buy a new truck. So I went down and talked to my buddies at the wrap place, and they fixed me up a really good price on the wrap, and I said, heck, I'll wrap this thing, and it looks like a brand new truck now since I wrapped it and put a few tires on it. So it gets a lot of attention, and you know, it's just a little fun.
Yeah, it kind of ties into your TV show, The Outdoor Rush, which you're wrapping up your first season. You got one more show to go, don't you?
Yeah, got one more. Be on Monday night, 7 o'clock on WHKY.
Which is right here in the Charlotte marketplace, so it's easy to spot. Well, you know, we could talk about that, but there are more important things to talk about, like this amazing weekend we just had across the South. Robbie, looking at the weights that have come into Anglers Channel the past couple of days, really, really stellar. We obviously had the BFL up here on Norman. You're going to talk about that here in a second, but let's start over at Guntersville. You know, 27 pounds wins the Fishers of Men over there. That doesn't surprise you.
No, I mean, that's a extremely good weight, you know, but
I should say Bassmaster Weekend.
Hey, you know, Bassmaster Weekend, that's not a team deal. That's an individual deal. That's an extremely good weight. Hey, it could have took even more than that, John. I mean, those fish down there are huge, and I think you're going to see bigger weights than that come out of Guntersville in the next week or so.
I'll tell you what, not far away from that was the CBA, Chattanooga Bass Association, and we've been working with those guys now for a little while, and they sent their results in from their first tournament of the year. It took 30 pounds of fish to win the first CBA tournament of the year. They had 96 boats, which is an all-time record. What's going on at Chickamauga? Why is that lake so hot? And, you know, I say that, but I've been hearing good things about Chickamauga for 2 years now.
Yeah, well, John, back in the 80s, that lake had a lot of grass in it, and they sprayed the grass and they killed the grass, and now the grass is coming back, and you're seeing an explosion of all kind of fish up there. And Chickamauga is going to be one of the hot destinations in the next years to come because that grass just grows big fish, and they've got a lot of it up there.
That's interesting. That's really good perspective, too. I doubt a lot of people realized that it had that much grass, but when you look at the weights, and just, by the way, folks, all this is on the AnglersChannel.com blog, the weights really are just off the charts. I mean, I think it took 20-something pounds to get a check.
Yeah, I mean, and the weather up there compared to where we're at down south, it's still a little bit cooler up there. Mm-hmm. And, you know, but the fish are starting to pull up, and they're starting to think about spawning. You know, you could see a 35 or 40-pound bag come out of Chickamauga in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be paying close attention to it. CBA fishes all their tournaments on Chickamauga for the most part. Coming east, we had a Fish the Fall 2-day event on Lake Hartwell, which the winners had about 37 pounds, so, you know, a little over 18 a day. And talking to the tournament director down there, he said some of the healthiest fish he's seen come out of Lake Hartwell in years.